Planet Grumpy Chef here, Freedom Chef here, just having a bit of a spew over some nonsense this week. And it's not even political this time, so I figured I'd have a bit of fun with it and take the piss out of a few things I noticed just in my little world between hospitality and living life and all the like. Most of you already know that I'm sort of doing everything I can to get as far away from hospitality as possible as an industry. Profit margins are too low, work's too long, weekends are gone. There's not a whole hell of a lot to like about the industry. In saying that, I had 15 odd years where I wouldn't have traded it for the world. Best time in the world, best work, some of the best colleagues, learned some of the best shit. And, you know, all that stuff is fucking great fun, but you get to a certain age and you've either got to move out of it or you're going to die at a stove. I don't want to die at a stove. In saying that, I do a little bit of contracting stuff here and there. And I don't know, I sit there and my brain melts because sometimes I have to talk to customers, and anybody who knows me knows I shouldn't be really talking to customers in that context. I don't like people that much. I mean, I like them, but I don't like them in that context. In that context, they're very frustrating because they ask dumb shit. To me, it's dumb. I've been doing this for a long time. If you go to a venue, right now, it's different if you go to a 5-star restaurant, you pay them a couple $100 for dinner. There, you say to them, what do you recommend? They'll recommend generally a degustation of some sort, a tasting menu, and you just go along for the ride because you're not there to get a feed, so to speak. If you're in a fucking club, a pub, a cafe, you know, a little local eatery, whatever, don't ask them what you recommend, right? Because whoever it is just going to say to you whatever they've got most of. It's not tangible. It's like going into a TV, going to Harvey Norman, and you want to buy a TV, and you go, what would you recommend? And the guy goes, well, I'm going to sell you this microwave. Because the two don't correlate. There's nothing fucking there that adds up as the same. You can't go into a restaurant cafe and say, what do you recommend? Because the guy's going to go, well, I recommend the steak. And you're going to go, but I don't like steak. I'm a vegan. I want a vegan dish. Doesn't fucking add up. You can't do it. Doesn't work. So what you've got to do if you go to a cafe or a restaurant is you've got to be a big human, make big person decisions, wander in, look at the menu, look at what's on the list and say, that's what I would like to eat for the day. Don't go fucking trying to rewrite it unless you've got an actual allergy. And turning around and saying, I have a shellfish allergy, but I can eat prawns all day. That's not an allergy, you're being a wanker, just to let you know. Unless it's going to kill you, that's fucking nonsense. Let's be fair, you don't like oysters, but you like prawns because prawns are trendy. Just to remember, prawns are the cockroaches of the ocean. That's what they are. You're eating the cockroaches of the ocean. And I'm convinced in Australia, you could serve prawns with a big pile of poo and somebody would go, fucking prawns, love prawns, how good's that? Makes me sad. But anyway, that's the world we live in. So don't go up and ask the fucking guys, what do you recommend? I recommend McDonald's. Go away. That's a stupid question. And then the other stupid question is, oh, well, what about this? What's this got on it? And you give them some sort of an explanation. And they look at you and go, well, is it any good? No, it's fucking crap. These poor bastards in the kitchen have spent probably in 2020, they don't do it quite as hardcore as they used to, but it's highly likely they've spent between 60 and 80 hours in that kitchen for the week, sweating their bollocks off, to produce food at whatever level, whether it's a pub or club, and they're all different, at whatever level, food, generally to the price point, to serve you shit. It's a dumb question, right? Is it good? That depends. If you don't enjoy steak and you end up with a schnitzel, or you end up with a steak instead of a schnitzel when you wanted a schnitzel, well then of course you've got a problem. Well, that's not very good, I didn't like that. Well, what the fuck did you order it for? Right? The only people who have any excuse whatsoever for asking what something is a small child who doesn't understand. If you're an adult and you can't make a decision in a hospitality venue, you're a dummy. And it hurts my head talking to you. Oh, you know, look, this is the, and you know, some of this dumb shit you hear. This is the best garlic bread I've ever had. Look, I've heard it a million times, and most chefs and hospitality people have heard it a million times. And generally speaking, they're thinking to themselves, really? It's a fucking garlic bread. Do you get out? Have you ever left the home? You know, it's nonsense. And don't change the fucking menus on people. Stop it. Right? Oh, this is what the dish says it is. Whether it's a Parmigiana with fucking chips and salad or some elaborate fine dining dish, you know, the reality of it is, don't then fucking change it. Don't, oh fuck, because you are annoying. Right? I know everybody in hospitality says how lovely you are. And, oh, we really, you're a pain in the ass. That's what you're doing. That's what you're being. You're being a pain in the ass. And, you know, the question, oh, can I be a pain? Oh, bet your ass you can be a pain. Highly likely you're going to be. And if you have to ask that question, chances are you're a pain. Chefs and restaurateurs and hospitality venues and certainly waitresses and waiters, I don't want to tell you you're a pain in the ass. They're too nice for that shit. But the reality is you're a pain in the ass. Stop it. If it's on the menu, order it. If it's not and you don't want it, don't have it. If you don't like what they're offering, go somewhere fucking else. It's really not that hard. People do my head in. They want to go and rewrite. You can't customise your entire life, unfortunately. You can't go and reinvent the wheel. You can't go to a restaurant and say, oh, well, hi, I'd like to fucking order a Big Mac. Right? You order off their menu. I don't go to McDonald's and take my own beer. You know, you don't go to a pub and take your own beer. You drink at the pub, whatever they're serving. Like, it's just all ridiculous. And in other nonsense and ridiculousness this week, because I feel like having a fucking bleed, Trumpy the Freedom Puppy went in for his de-sexing. Now, before anyone gives me a hard time, it's not very libertarian to take in a dog against his will and have his nuts cut out. I agree wholeheartedly. But the poor little bastard was humping my legs, chewing everything in sight, and the bottom line is that you either let them run free or you kind of got to manage them somewhat. A bit like women and children. You can't joke about these things, people get sensitive. But what I can joke about and take the piss out of quite comfortably is, after taking the dog in to get de-sexed, and they're nice people, don't get me wrong, but I do feel the need to take the piss out of them a little bit. They bought him a fucking bravery award, like a certificate. Cost me $500 odd to get this fucking dog de-sexed. And as part of my $500 was a certificate saying a bravery award for, you know, undergoing surgery and spending time in their hospital and all this sort of shit. Trumpy had no idea he was going to the hospital. No idea. I didn't send him an email because, you know what, he can't read. Can't read my emails, can't read your certificates. Probably, if I threw it to him, he'd chew it, but congratulations on your award is nonsense. I fucking can't believe that part of my $500 went towards that. No, I basically kidnapped him in the morning, threw him in the car, drove him to the vet, took him to a building he'd never been to in his life, probably against his will, to be fair. I mean, he was happy to be with me, handed him over to a stranger who took him into a room with a whole bunch of other strangers who injected him with some sort of a chemical to put him to sleep, so that when he woke up, he was essentially missing his testicles. And for that, he was presented with a fucking bravery award. It was very hard for me to keep a straight face while looking at this poor veterinarian who means well, really nice person, and they come out with this. Fucking bravery awards for dogs. The fucking planet's gone mad. Next thing you know, they'll be buying them jackets, coats and hats. Oh, hang on, they already do that. People fucking hurt my head. Anyway, have a fun day, have a good day. I figured I'd just have a little bleat about something non-political because, well, I can. And enjoy your Sunday. Try and take the piss out of as many people as possible in a fun way as, you know, enjoy yourself. And if you want to take the piss out of me and my feelings aren't going to get hurt, I don't mind that either. It's all part of the sport. Have a top day, drink beer, enjoy Sunday, and live free and happy as much as humanly possible. And we'll catch up soon. Don't forget to check out Resolute TV tonight with Lockie Kavanagh, Lloyd Russell, and Arlene Engerfist-Blenko. It'll be good fun. Again, it'll be a final one for the little series, and then we've got a couple of other epic interviews coming for Series 3 in a couple of weeks' time. So have a great day. See you, gang.